Protect what? I'm sorry?
To defend and protect the Constitution.
Protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Okay? So warn the people to prepare food, water, shelter, debt, whatever else you could think of. Okay? I think also, if you're worried that there's real problems in the world and our way of life is at stake, who thinks our way of life is at stake? Okay, our way of life is at stake. If I'm the president of the United States, what does Al-Qaeda do? Al-Qaeda, the reason why they're successful is because you cut off the head of the snake and another one pops up. I tell every one of my citizens, know the Constitution, know our history, know our founding, because they want to cut us off. You want to pop up a problem over here, the whole thing doesn't collapse because the people know it, right? If you're president and your responsibility is to do that, don't you also say, read the founders, know the documents, do these things, and do this. Man does not live by bread alone. You're president of the United States. Don't you say that? They all have. I know it's politically incorrect now, but they've all said it. We've all always believed we were a nation that, you know, was founded through divine providence. Don't we say, hey, I might want to check in with the Spirit. Make sure you're cool. Is this the president's job? Is that the president's job? I contend it is, but I contend it's somebody else's job. Yes. The question is, why? Why do we wait around for permission? Why do we wait around for someone else? Somebody wrote a really great question today about Connor. Where's Connor? Connor, you're from what university? Fairfield University. You remember the question you asked?
I asked you how do we protect ourselves from things that the government won't protect us from?
What are the things that the government won't protect us from?
Well, inflation for one.
They're causing it.
We could argue, right? We could argue terrorism.
Right. Well, there are some things that the government has to do. They won't. So then what do? What was the secret of the Constitution? What was the secret of the Constitution? Why do you have the Second Bill of Rights? The Second Amendment, the Bill of Rights?
To protect ourselves.
To protect ourselves. What does that imply? Forget about the gun thing. What does that imply?
That we have the right to protect ourselves.
And you are the one in charge. You are the guardian of liberty. It's your country. And too many people, going back to your statement earlier, too many people don't care. They're watching this like it's a game, cakes and circuses, whatever, and they don't care. Okay. Well, you know what? Oh, well, I ain't going down without a fight. How about you? The way to fix this is to fix those things. Tell people to prepare. And you do it yourself. If everybody in your family says you're crazy, believe me, you don't even know. Nobody can call you crazy in your family more than my family calls me crazy. Who cares? You know what everybody got in my family for Christmas? 6 months to a year's worth of food. I have family members that didn't even call me to thank me. Okay? No big deal. I knew they wouldn't, because I knew they would get it and they would make fun of me. Oh well. You know why I did it? Because I love them. But second of all, so when they call me and they're like, oh my gosh, I can say, yeah, I already did my part. I helped you out. Can't help, too late. Now you're going to have to help yourself. That's what you need to do.
How do you help people to get off the Ferris wheel, I guess, like, because they like the circus. They like that idea, and they don't know sometimes.
How do you help them get off the Ferris wheel? I've given up. I really have. I've given up. I've given up on the people who you're just not. There are going to be people who just want to ride the ride. There are people that just like the game. How many people, Essie, you could probably answer this, because you know a lot of, I stopped talking to politicians.
What are you trying to imply, boss?
You
That I
talk
like
to
the
people-
wiener stories?
No. You talk to politicians.
I do.
Okay, so you talk
I
to
do.
politicians. How many of them are just in it for the game?
Oh, absolutely. And someone else mentioned it earlier. There is an entitlement aspect to politics now that didn't exist. And you know more than anyone, President George Washington was embarrassed to have 2 inaugural balls thrown in his honor. There is no embarrassment in politics anymore. There's no dignity. There's no sense of decency or honor. And the fact that we can all watch something like Anthony Weiner happen and laugh means we've lowered our standards too.
We have. We have. So now, forget about the people on the Ferris wheel. Just say, oh, you're going to ride the Ferris wheel? Have a good time. You're going to be so sick you're going to be barfing all the way home. A well had too much cotton candy. Me and my family, we're moving on because we have to protect it. Back in just a second. All right, so now here's what I've done. Essie, do you know any of these guys?
I don't.
Okay. Essie, she hangs out at colleges a lot, and I think Anthony Weiner does too, but that's...
You cannot say that and not explain what you mean.
Well, you're not with him.
Okay.
At least that I know of.
No,
You're
I'm
not.
not.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
not.
So she goes to colleges for a completely different reason.
Totally different.
You go to colleges too.
I speak to conservative students and hope to answer a lot of their questions. They're sort of
Feeling alone?
stuck out there in the weeds.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's what we're going to do. You guys go to, do you guys know each other? I mean, generally speaking, they're all college students up here and they're looking terrified.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I'm just going to spring this on you real quick and you're going to get about 2 minutes to complete the job. What I'm looking for are the comparisons of the 1930s and 40s to today. Does history repeat itself? Show me the comparisons. Come on, you guys are some of the best universities around the country. Show me the comparisons and you just write them up on the board and we'll watch and either point and say,
Judge.
wow. Yeah, we'll judge. Thou shalt not judge? No, not this time. We're judging the snot out of them. So look, and don't, where this is an imaginary, this chalk line is an imaginary line that apparently they can't see the other side of the
They're
board.
competing against one another? Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Nice.
yeah. I mean, I'm wondering, we'll talk like on our golf voice.
Okay.
I'm not sure if either of them will realize that really all I'm going for is communists, national socialists,
Right.
and fascists.
Right. It's that simple.
It's really that simple.
They're working hard.
They're working hard. I haven't seen any of it. They're working way too hard. They're overthinking.
They are.
They are overthinking.
Like students do.
Yeah, I didn't. I never overthought anything. And maybe that's why I am where I am.
Right. Well,
Yeah. On my
Would
way out
explain
of a
some
very
things.
successful show.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. All right, you got about 30 seconds because we're bored to tears over here. Anybody? Anybody? Here, now us seasoned adults. Anybody?